Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our campaign through Marvel Legendary. Again, we will be fighting against Red Skull as the Mastermind, and he will lead Hydra as the main villain group. We're also going to have the Hand Ninjas once again in the villain deck as the Henchman group. And we're going to have an additional villain group for this game. We're going to have the Masters of Evil. We see Baron Zemo here leading the way. And the reason for the extra villain group is because of the current scheme, which is change the outcome of World War II. And basically in this scheme, every twist is going to represent a different European nation. And it's also going to modify the size of the city, sometimes making the city larger, but in most cases making it smaller. And whenever villains escape from a particular country, we will stack a twist next to the scheme, and that's going to represent a conquered capital. So as the city becomes smaller, it's going to be harder to prevent those villains from escaping. And it says here that evil wins when 3 capitals are conquered. So we have to be on our A game in order to prevent those capitals from being conquered. And the heroes that we're going to have in this game are going to be the Captain America from the base game. And as a matter of fact, all the heroes here for this current game will be from the base game. We're going to have Iron Man from the base game. And we're also going to have Black Widow here from the base game. So we're going to shuffle up all these cards and we're going to get started. Okay, we are all shuffled up and we're going to set up the initial headquarters here with the starting cards that will be available to me for me to recruit. Let's see a couple Black Widow cards here, some Captain America and an Iron Man card here. And we're going to start by drawing my starting hand of 6 cards. And I have a Shield Agent here and a Shield Trooper, another Shield Agent, another Shield Agent, yet another Shield Agent, and let's hope for yet another one. Okay, pretty good. I hate when I start with 2 Shield Troopers. 1 is fine. I'm not going to do anything with it anyways. But I got 5 Shield Agents, so that's lots of recruit power. We're going to start by revealing and playing the top card from the villain deck. And here we've got a Hand Ninja Henchman here. Okay, so there we go. They enter the first space of the city, which is actually this one here, the sewer. And for this scheme, as I mentioned, when subsequent scheme twists come out, it's going to change the country and change the size of the city here. But for now, we're going with the standard city, which is just 5 spaces until that first twist is drawn. So I do not have enough attack to defeat that Hand Ninja, but I do have 5 recruits and some decent options to work with. So I'm actually going to start by recruiting this Avengers Assemble Captain America card. I really like this card. It's one of my favorite cards from the base game, actually. So I will acquire him or recruit him, place him in my discard pile, and we will immediately replace him with this Black Widow Dangerous Rescue card, which I cannot afford. As a matter of fact, the only cards I could afford now, I had 5. I just spent 3. I have 2 left. I could afford a Sidekick if I wanted to, or I can get one of these Black Widow cards. I'm going to get Black Widow card. This is a tech card. It'll be able to combine pretty well with other Black Widow cards as well as some Iron Man cards. It allows me to draw a card, and if I play another tech hero card before it, I could rescue a bystander. So I will use my remaining 2 recruit to recruit that Black Widow Mission Accomplished card, and I replace it with yet another copy of that card. Okay, so now I am done with my turn. I will discard the rest of my cards. I will draw a new hand of 6 cards here, and I believe I will have 3 Shield Troopers this time available to me, not to mention 3 recruit. All right, and I will reveal and play the top card of the villain deck, and it is the Master Strike. So we will play the Master Strike here, and we will read the Mastermind card and see what it is. So Red Skull has one of the weakest Master Strikes in the entire game. It's pretty simple. Each player KOs a hero from their hand. So although this will affect their upcoming turn, long term, this is actually beneficial because as you KO cards, early on especially, you're KOing weaker starter cards, and it will only serve to strengthen your deck to get rid of them. So I will just create a KO pile here. That card is gone. And we will proceed with my turn. So now I'm going to use the 3 attack that I had with this Shield Trooper to defeat the Hand Ninja. And the Hand Ninja has this fight effect, which gives me +1 recruit. So it kind of makes up for the Shield agent that I had just KO'd. So I will defeat the Hand Ninja, place him in my victory pile. And I will use my 1, 2, +3 recruits to purchase anything or recruit anything here. And I'm looking at this Dangerous Rescue. If I play another covert type hero, a red type hero here, I can KO a card from your hand or from your discard pile. And if you do, you rescue a bystander. So this is a great way of, again, as I mentioned, thinning out your deck and getting rid of those weak cards. So I think I am going to grab this Dangerous Rescue card and place her in my discard pile. Black Widow has some very interesting cards, I do find. All right, I will replace this. And speaking of Black Widow, we've got lots of Black Widow cards in the headquarters. And I am done with my turn. I will put my cards in the discard pile. I have no deck to draw from, so I will have to shuffle my deck in order to draw a new hand of cards. All right, so I'm all shuffled up. I will draw back to my hand size of 6 cards. And I've already drawn the Dangerous Rescue Black Widow card, so that's good. And I've got 5, and now I've got 6. Okay, now we will reveal and play the top card of the villain deck, and it is Melter of the Masters of Evil. His fight effect is each player reveals the top card of their deck, and for each card you choose to KO it or put it back. So that could be very helpful as far as, again, thinning out your deck. So I'm looking at my hand here. I've got 2 recruit, and I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5 attack. So I'm gonna use my recruit first for my 2 recruit, and I'm gonna get yet another mission accomplished card. Again, not only does it allow me to draw a card, but if I combo it with another tech card, which itself is a tech card, I'll be able to rescue a bystander, and hopefully I can rescue a bystander with a special ability. So I will recruit any one of these. They're all the same. And I will immediately replace it. We've got the Repulsor Raise Iron Man card here. So I'm done with my recruit. I've got 5 attack, which is exactly enough to defeat the Melter here. So I will take Melter, place him in my victory pile. And again, I got to reveal the top card of my deck and choose whether or not I want to KO it or put it back. And it's a weak shield agent, so I will choose to KO this card. And if you were playing in a larger group, you could choose to KO cards and help your teammates that way, or maybe even hurt them that way, depending on how competitive you try to play, whether or not you want to be the MVP, the player with the most victory points at the end of the game. I usually work towards helping my teammates. So there's that. Okay, so we were able to defeat him, and we are done with our turn. We will discard these cards, draw back to a hand of 6. We've got the Mission Accomplished Black Widow card. And we've got the Avengers Assemble Captain America. One more card. All right, there we go. And we are going to reveal and play the top card of the villain deck. And it is yet another Hand Ninja here. Okay, so now let's see what we want to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this Missions Accomplished card in order to draw a card. And I drew another Shield Agent. I'm also going to play this Avengers Assemble, which gives me 1 recruit for each hero color. So we have the yellow-orange color here, we have the black, and we have the starter cards that have the gray color. So that is worth 3 recruit. We've got 4 recruit here, and we've got 5 recruit, and we've got 6 recruit, and we have 7 recruit, actually. We have 1 attack. So we were able to draw an extra card because of her. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit icons. Only 1 attack, so we won't be doing anything in the attack game here. So what can we do with 7 recruit? There are no ultimate cards here, but we do have this really interesting card, the diving block card for Captain America. I'm wondering if I want to do that. You know what? I'm actually not going to play that game. I'm going to get the repulsor rays, which costs 3. And that leaves me 4 left to spend. That way I could get multiple cards. Ooh, I am debating between whether or not I want this perfect teamwork or to get 2 of these mission accomplished. You know what? I'm actually going to go with the 2 mission accomplished cards and see if I can use them later on to combo off of one another. And we will replace these cards. There's a Endless Invention Iron Man card and an Arc Reactor Iron Man card, both tech cards that I can use to combine with one another and with Black Widow's cards as well. So that's looking pretty good. And I am done with my turn. Once again, I have no deck, so I'm going to have to shuffle. All right, now that I've shuffled, I can draw back up to my hand size of 6 cards, and I've already drawn 2 of the Mission Accomplished Black Widow cards. Okay, and there we go. That's my hand. Now we will reveal and play the top card of the villain deck, and it is Whirlwind of the Masters of Evil. So we'll slide over the Hand Ninja from the sewer space to the bank, and Whirlwind will now occupy the sewer space. It says here that if I fight Whirlwind on the rooftops or the bridge, I must KO 2 of my heroes. So here's the rooftop and the bridge, those particular spaces. I will be able to defeat him and KO 2 of my heroes. So if I could time it on a turn that I have weak cards to KO, that would be excellent. Okay, so I'm going to see what I want to do here. I'm going to play my Missions Accomplished card in order to draw a card, and that's another Shield agent. I will play my second Missions Accomplished card, which will allow me to draw yet another card, and it's another Missions Accomplished Black Widow card. However, because I played a tech card or a tech hero before this one, I will trigger its special ability, which is it allows me to rescue a bystander. So I'll draw the top card of the bystander deck here. And I drew a special bystander, the Banker. When you rescue this bystander, you get +2 recruit that's usable only to recruit heroes in the headquarters space under the bank. So under the bank, we do have this Repulsor Rays Iron Man card. I'm going to place this bystander here for the moment just to serve as a reminder that I have a discount if I want to acquire that Repulsor Ray card. All right, so now I'm going to play a third Missions Accomplished card, and you can see how these cards can really piggyback off of one another and really help each other out. So I'm going to draw another card, and it is yet another Missions Accomplished card. And again, I will be able to trigger this ability because I played multiple, actually, tech heroes before this. I'll be able to rescue yet another bystander. So I will draw the top card here, and it's another special bystander. And it's the Aspiring Hero. And it says when you rescue this bystander, you gain a sidekick. So I will be able to gain a sidekick here. And I've got Miss Lion here. It's pretty good. Lets me rescue future bystanders. And it allows me to draw a card. So pretty good sidekick card over there. And now I will play my 4th Missions Accomplished. So I do not regret recruiting these cards here. And again, I'll be able to draw a card, which it's a Avengers Assemble card. And I'll be able to rescue a bystander. So let's look at the top card of the bystander deck. And it's another Banker. So I'll be able to get a discount of 4 for the card underneath here. And this card only costs 3. So I'll actually be able to get that card for free. And if we look here, I only have 2 attack. So I won't be able to do any damage here as far as the villains are concerned. But I do have my Avengers Assemble card, which gives me 1 recruit for each color. I have yellow, I have black, I have gray. So that's 3 recruit there. And I've got 4, 5, and 6 recruit. So what can I do with 6 recruit? I'm looking at the cards here. And this Captain America card looks really good. Not only that, but it is a tech hero type, which means I'll be able to use it to trigger lots of my Black Widow cards over here. So you know what? I will use my 6 to get this diving block card, put it in my discard pile, immediately replace it with the Endless Invention Iron Man card. I'm also going to use these two bystanders. I'll discard them over here, and I will allow me, or that will allow me, to recruit this Repulsor Ray Iron Man card for free. I will place him in my discard pile and replace him in the headquarters immediately with this Covert Operation Black Widow card. This card is very useful to someone who's rescued lots of bystanders. I've already rescued 3 bystanders, and I plan on rescuing more, so that card will be very useful later on. All right, so I am done with my turn. Again, I only have 2 attack, nothing I could do with it. So I will simply discard all these cards and draw back to a hand of 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we are done. And we will reveal and play the top card of the villain deck. And it is yet another Whirlwind card. We'll slide these cards down here. And Whirlwind will enter the city here through the sewers. And now let's see what we want to do. So I do have this Dangerous Rescue card. However, I do not have any other red hero class cards to play. So I will not be able to trigger this special ability. But otherwise, I have 3, 4 attack. That's just enough to get Whirlwind. However, I might want to save it for when Whirlwind makes it to the rooftop. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I am going to use these 3 here, or these 4 attack, which will be more than enough to defeat the Hand Ninja. So I will defeat the Hand Ninja, and its fight effect is triggered, which it grants me an additional recruit, which is perfect because I had only 3 recruits, so that gives me 4, which will allow me to recruit this Covert Operation Black Widow card, which is excellent because it's a red hero class card, which means in the future I might potentially be able to trigger this card's ability here. So I will use the 4 to recruit this Black Widow card, replace it immediately, all right, with the Endless Invention Iron Man card, and I'm done with my turn. Have to draw back to a hand of 6 cards. I will draw 1, and now my deck is empty, so I will have to shuffle once again. Okay, now that I've shuffled, I will continue drawing till I have a hand of 6. So that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, and that is 6. Okay, I will reveal and play the top card of the villain deck, and that's another Master of Evil card. It's Baron Zemo in particular, so we will slide Whirlwind over. And now we finally have a Whirlwind located on the rooftop. And remember, if I defeat him on the rooftop, or the bridge for that matter, I'll be able to KO two heroes. I'll have to KO 2 of my heroes. So let's see if we can plan this accordingly. So first of all, I'm going to play my Black Widow Missions Accomplished card. It allows me to draw a card, and it's the Repulsor Rays Iron Man. So nothing else I could do with that. However, I will play this Repulsor Rays, which gives me 2 attack, and I'll play yet another Repulsor's Ray, and this one will give me 2 attack, plus it will trigger this ability because I played a blue type of hero before it. So now this one will get me 3 attack, so 2 plus 3 is 5. Then this Shield Trooper makes 6, so I have 6 attack here, and as far as recruit goes, I have 1, 2, and this one gives me 1 for each class here. So I've got orange, I've got blue, I've got black, and I've got gray. So that actually gives me 4 recruit, 6 recruit. I'm actually going to use these cards. I'm going to recruit first to see what I can do here. I've got 6 recruit, and I'm looking. Ooh, this is a tough one. Do I get the perfect teamwork, or do I get the arc reactor card? This is a really good one, in particular for heroes that have tech cards in their deck. So you know what? I actually am going to get the Arc Reactor Iron Man card. I'm going to put it in my discard pile here, immediately replace it. So I'm left with 1 recruit that I can do nothing with. But instead, I am going to use my 6 attack in order to, I think I want to defeat Baron Zemo, because how often will I have 6 attack this early on in the game? Getting 4 attack will be pretty easy, and chances are he's going to stay in the rooftop because I'm going to clear the sewer space, so he's not going to be necessarily pushed aside. So I think I am going to use my 6 attack to defeat Baron Zemo, and it tells me here that his fight effect, for each of your Avenger heroes, you rescue a bystander, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Avenger heroes, so I'll be able to rescue 4 bystanders. So yes, I will use my 6 attack to defeat Baron Zemo. I'm going to rescue 4 bystanders. And the first one here is the news reporter. It tells me when you rescue this bystander, draw a card. So I'll place that in my victory pile. I'll draw a new card. I've got this missions accomplished card. I'll set that aside for the time being. I'm still drawing more bystanders. There's a second one, just your regular J. Jonah Jameson bystander from the base game. I will get a 3rd bystander, again, just a regular one. And I will get a 4th bystander, and it is the comic shop keeper. And it says here, when you rescue this bystander, reveal the top 3 cards of the hero deck, and the player of your choice gains one of them that costs 3 or less. So let's see the top 3 cards of the hero deck. That costs 3 or less. That costs 3 or less. And this costs 4. Unfortunately, I can't afford that one. So I'm going to get yet another Repulsor's Rays card to combo with the other ones, place it in my discard pile. I get to put these back in any order of my choice, so I'll play the Black Widow card on top. Really want more of her, especially since I'm getting lots of bystanders. So that's going to come in very handy. So I am done. Those are my 4 bystanders that I could recruit. That I could rescue, I should say. And I've done my attack. I've done my recruit. But I do have this additional missions accomplished card. I will play it here. I will draw another card. It is yet another missions accomplished card. But before we go any further, I'm going to trigger this special ability here because I have played another tech class hero. So I will be able to rescue yet another bystander. So I have lots of bystanders here. This is just another regular one here. Set that aside in my victory pile. And now I will play this additional missions accomplished card, draw another card, and it is simply a shield agent. However, I do have this ability here, rescue a bystander, and I get to trigger that. So let me rescue another bystander, and it is the paramedic. It says when you rescue this bystander, you may KO a wound from your hand or from any player's discard pile. Well, so far, nobody has any wounds. So I do have 1 recruit here left over from the shield agent. And earlier, when I created my recruit pool here, it included 6, but I only used 5 to get that arc reactor Iron Man. That means I still had 1 left over, which means that with this one here, that makes it 2. So I will be able to use those 2 to recruit a sidekick here. And I got Lockjaw here. Okay, so we are done with this turn. We're going to place all these cards here in the discard pile. And we're going to draw back a new hand of 6 cards. Got some shield troopers here. Shield agent, mission accomplished. My Miss Lion sidekick. And my covert operation, which is great. Okay, so let us reveal and play the top card of the villain deck here. We've got yet another Baron Zemo card, and let's see what we're going to do. So I've got my missions accomplished card, which I will play first. It allows me to draw a card, draw another shield trooper. Did not play any black class of cards, so I will not be able to trigger this ability here. But let's see what else I can do. I only have 1 recruit for this turn so far. However, let's see what happens if I play Miss Lion here. She allows me to rescue a bystander. And this is just a regular bystander, but that's going to be real helpful real soon, and you'll see. And she also allows me to draw a card. All right, and it's just a regular shield agent, but that puts my recruit back up to 2. Now, I do have to put this sidekick back underneath the sidekick stack when I am done. So there's that. And now I've got these 2 recruit, which I can't afford anything in the headquarters. I'll just use it for yet another sidekick. And this is just your basic standard sidekick, Bucky Barnes here. Still useful though. And now let's see what I could do with attack. I got a shield trooper, yet another shield trooper, a third shield trooper for 3 attack. And finally, I got Black Widow, who gives me +1 attack for each bystander in my victory pile. And I have a decent amount here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anybody else? 8, 9 bystanders. So she alone is worth 9 attack. This card is very powerful, especially depending on the scheme and other cards that combine with it. So this alone gives me 9 attack, 10, 11, 12. So we have Red Skull here, which is only worth 7. I got to start attacking him. I can't neglect him for too long. And I still have enough left over to be able to defeat one of these Whirlwinds, and I'll definitely take care of the one on the rooftop in order to trigger its effect. So I will defeat Whirlwind here, and I will have to KO 2 of my heroes. I've already utilized their benefits anyways, so I will KO 2 of these shield heroes here. I believe once you've played your cards and basically summoned their resource and added it to your pool, I believe that's irreversible despite what KO effects might be triggered. Anybody can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. So I've already used those cards. I KO'd them, so that's good. And I still have more than enough to be able to defeat Red Skull here at least 1 time. He has 4 tactics, so I have to defeat him 4 times. Let's see which one is the first one here. And it's Ruthless Dictator. It tells me, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. I got to KO 1, discard 1, and put 1 back on top of my deck. So let's see what the top 3 cards here have in store. We have Diving Block. I'm definitely not KOing that one. We've got the Shield Agent here. And we've got Dangerous Rescue. So luckily for us, we had this Shield Agent here because these 2 are very valuable cards. So I'm simply going to discard the Shield Agent here. And I think I'm going to make, because my deck is running out, so I have to shuffle. So there is a good chance that this Covert Operation card can come again with this Dangerous Rescue card. So I'm actually going to discard my Diving Block here. Hopefully it gets shuffled up into the higher part of the deck. And I'm going to put this Dangerous Rescue on top of my deck here. Okay, and now we are done with my turn. I will discard these cards here, and I will draw back to a hand of 6. There's 1 card out of my deck, so now I have to shuffle once again. Okay, now I am done shuffling. I will continue to draw to 6 cards here, and we've got the Iron Man Arc Reactor card, the Mission Accomplished Black Widow. I did get what I wanted, which was the Covert Operation Black Widow. We've got Avengers Assemble, and we've got another Mission Accomplished. So this is a great hand. There are no starter cards in this hand, so it's going to be an excellent turn here. We're going to reveal and play the top card of the villain deck, and it is a Scheme Twist, and this is our first Scheme Twist of the game. There are 7 twists shuffled into this villain deck, but we've been fortunate enough that none have come out. So this is the first twist, so we're going to look at the Scheme card here and see how we interact with it. And it tells us here that the Axis invades a new country every time a twist comes out. You put all villains and bystanders from the city on the bottom of the villain deck. So we're actually taking these cards here, and they're actually gonna go on the bottom of the city. If there were any bystanders with them, they would go also to the bottom of the deck, I should say. So now we got those cards back there. So we still have to worry about them in the future. And what else does it tell us here? It says the number of the city spaces changed. So for the first twist here, we've got Poland. And that means that the city is only 4 spaces big. So once we get to the streets, that is the furthest extent of the city. And anything that goes into the bridge would be as if it escaped. So that's something to keep in mind. So it tells us here, you play 2 cards from the villain deck. So we're going to play 2 cards from this villain deck here. So the top card is a bystander. Bystanders always go to the rightmost villain. And there are no villains in the city, which means it actually is captured by the Mastermind himself. So now Red Skull has captured this bystander, and the next time you defeat Red Skull, you'll be able to rescue it. All right, so now it tells us to play 2 cards. That was just 1 card, so Let's play a second card here. And it's yet another scheme twist. So we have moved on. There are no villains to clear here. However, we are now in France, which is 3 spaces big. So France is even smaller than Poland. So once we get to the rooftop, if any villain moves over to the street, it's as if they escaped. So that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to play the top 2 cards of the villain deck. And first of all, we've got the Supreme Hydra villain here. He's very costly, very difficult to defeat. He goes into the sewer here. And then we're going to reveal, and it's the Hydra Kidnappers. So the Supreme Hydra will move over to the bank, and now the Hydra Kidnappers will occupy the sewers. So now we're done with that. It tells us if any villains escape this country, we're going to stack a twist next to the scheme as a conquered capital. So for now, I will leave the scheme twists apart. I will only put them here every time a capital is conquered. And once 3 capitals are conquered, we have lost the game. Okay, so things have gotten interesting. We've got 2 villains in the city. The city is as small as 3 spaces now. But luckily for us, we're about to have our first real powerful turn of the game. So I'm going to play this Missions Accomplished card in order to draw a card. So I will draw this card here. It says Shield Agent. I'll set it aside for now. And I'm going to play yet another Missions Accomplished card. It allows me to draw a card yet again. I drew another Missions Accomplished. And this time I will be able to trigger its special ability because I played a black class hero before it. And that allows me to rescue a bystander. So I'll rescue the top card here. It is simply a regular bystander, but that's going to improve my covert operation card. So I'm fine with that. I will play yet another Missions Accomplished card to draw yet another card. Here we have Lockjaw. He's got this phasing ability, and what phasing means is if I wanted to save this card for a future turn, let's say, maybe I'm already powerful enough, I could simply exchange this card blindly with the top card of my deck. So I would save it for a future turn and grab whatever's on the top of my deck. So that's interesting. This could also be useful if you're not quite strong enough also, right? So you might be 1 or 2 attacks short of what you want to do. You might want to switch out the card and hope that you get something better. Okay, so I will be able to trigger this ability again and draw yet another bystander. And again, just a regular bystander, but that's fine. Now I am going to play this Arc Reactor card from Iron Man. And not only does it give me 3 attack, but if I played a black class hero or a tech hero before it, I'm going to get +1 for each other tech hero I played this turn, which in this case is 3. So this Arc Reactor card alone is going to be worth 6 attack. I'm also going to play this Covert Operation card here, which is going to give me 1 attack for each bystander in my victory pile. And at the moment, I have 11 bystanders in my victory pile. So this here is worth 11. So that's already 6 plus 11 is 17. I will play this card down here. It gives me 2 more, putting me at 19. Also, because I played a covert or red type of hero before it, I'll trigger this ability. You may KO a card from your hand or your discard pile. If you do, you rescue a bystander. I do not have a discard pile, but I'll simply KO this card from my hand. I haven't played it yet, so it's eligible for this ability. So I will KO it. And that allows me to rescue yet another bystander. And here's another bystander. It's a regular bystander. Now, this card will not impact this Covert Operations card because it was already played before this one. But in the future, this one will be more expensive or more valuable, I should say. So that's 6 plus 11 is 17 plus 2 is 19 attack. It's not going to be quite enough to be able to defeat Red Skull 3 times. I would need 21 for that. But I will be able to defeat Red Skull twice. And that would be 14. It would still leave me 5, which I could use to defeat this Hydra Kidnapper. So yes, I will defeat this Hydra Kidnapper. Their fight effect is that I may gain a shield officer from this pile. And it's an option here. The keyword is may. I'm going to choose not to at this point. I have no need for that. So that's fine. And Actually, you know what? I forgot that I still had this Lockjaw card, which is actually 2. That's 2. So I'm actually going to put this Hydra Kidnappers card back because I have 6, 17, 19, 21. That'll be enough, just enough, to defeat Red Skull 3 times. So I'm going to defeat him 3 times consecutively, see if any of the fight effects alter anything. And we've got Hydra Conspiracy here. It says draw 2 cards, then draw another card for each Hydra villain in your victory pile. I'm going to ignore that for now. I have no need to draw cards, especially if this is the end of the game. Let's see the next tactic here. Having a hard time keeping it in my hand. The Nega Blast grenades, I get +3 attack. That's great if I wanted to defeat these kidnappers. I could do that. And then finally, the third and final tactic, Endless Resources. And here it says, fight effect, you get +4 recruit. So that doesn't change anything. I was able to defeat Red Skull pretty easily. And I am 2-0 now in my campaign. Both games against Red Skull with 2 different schemes. It's too bad we didn't get to see the scheme more in its execution. See what it would have happened. But next time, for the next game, we're actually going to play with Magneto as the Mastermind. We're going to start playing some X-Men themed games for game number 3 in the campaign. And let's see if I can continue my winning streak. All right, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining us here at When Harry Met Board Games. This is Harry saying take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun gaming. Bye-bye.